team? I hope you're all good. I'm starting this in the middle of Saturday. I forgot what day it was. In the middle of Saturday. Basically, it's the 3rd of July, and I found out about Summerween last week while I was at Jade's. This week just gone while I was at Jade's. Very last minute, and I've ummed and ahed, and I really want to take part, to be perfectly honest. So I've decided that that's what we're going to do, but obviously I am trying to read a bunch of sci-fi in July because that's what I feel like doing, and I'm doing Sci-fi July as well, which is not a readathon, it's just a bingo board I've put together and a lot of people want to take part, so that's cool. But I wondered if I could do Summerween but make it sci-fi. So Summerween is basically a week-long readathon hosted from the 2nd to the 8th of July. I don't know if those dates are the same every single year or how many times this has been hosted, but it's hosted by Gabby from Gabby Reads and also Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte. So I will leave links to both of their channels in the description box down below so you can go and check them out if you want to. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. There are a handful of prompts. So there is bake or make a drink with your spooky read, read a book in the dark, read a paranormal book, read a horror book, read a book with black or orange on the cover, or both. So we're gonna give this a go and see how I can make this work. I was previously doing a different reading vlog. I was reading a bunch of Andy Weir books. However, what I'm gonna do is just very quickly now update you before we get into this reading vlog on how that's gone, because I got through to, well, I had 3 books from Andy Weir. I got through one and DNF'd another, and I'm partway through a 3rd one, at which point I thought, well, this can fit one of the prompts, so let's just sack off that other reading vlog that ended up not being as productive as I thought it was going to be because I've DNF'd one of the books, and then turn this into the Summerween reading vlog, and I can just update on how I got on. So I did read The Martian, which is a reread for me. This is the 3rd time I've read this now, I think, and I gave this 5 stars for the 3rd time. I really love this book, highly recommend. We're following Mark Watney, who accidentally gets left on Mars when his crew think he's dead, but he's not, and he has to try and survive while he gets communication through to Earth to let them know he's alive, and then they sort out a rescue mission. Very good, highly hilarious, really recommend the audiobook, it's fantastic, really love this one. And then the second Andy Weir book that I tried was Artemis, which I ended up DNFing. I was not a fan of the writing style in this one, ironically enough, considering I love Andy Weir's writing style. Just don't think he can do women MCs very well, female MCs very well. I have read in an interview previously that Andy doesn't think his characterizations are his strongest suit in writing, so I would say I would agree with that statement in this book. Basically the main character, Jazz, is kind of written like a 13-year-old boy. She acts like a 13-year-old boy, and it's shocking to know that she's actually a 26-year-old woman. I managed to get 67 pages in, and before I DNF'd it, I wasn't a fan at all, was not enjoying it, and the story in the background essentially was not holding my attention enough for me to care. I just was not a fan of Jazz, and I'm not one of those people that can push through a book despite disliking the main character, so I ended up DNFing this one. And then the last one, it was Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, which obviously by Andy Weir because it was an Andy Weir reading vlog that I've not carried on with.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
Which I'm now 142 pages in. So this leads me on to my TBR for Summerween. So we're trying to make it sci-fi but also Summerween-ish and to fit the prompts. So the first prompt is to read a paranormal book. I've gone through and done a couple of Googles to see what sci-fi paranormal books there are, if any, and apparently The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams is a paranormal sci-fi. Now I don't know how true that is because I've never read this one, but we're going to give this a go and see what happens. Possibly. My other option for this prompt is to read Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because obviously vampires are paranormal, supernatural more so actually, but you know, similar sort of thing. So we could read this one as well. So I have those 2 options for that one. So the next is to read a horror book. So I wanted to try and pick up a horror sci-fi if possible. How have I managed to put a hole in this book cover? I wanted to read a horror sci-fi if at all possible, so I have The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling, which I believe is a sci-fi horror. I believe the audio is fantastic. Many people have told me not to listen to this in the dark because I don't like horror. So that's going to be for the horror prompt. And then we also have read a book with black or orange on the cover, or both. This has both orange-ish and black on the cover, more so reddish. So we're going to be reading this for that one, so that's an option on here as well. Now I did start this yesterday, which is when the readathon started, so I am still within my guidelines. I did only start it yesterday as well, so I am still within my guidelines for this one. And yeah, this is what I'm planning on reading. So we have these 4 possibilities. Well, possibilities, this is what I plan on reading till Thursday. So they're my options. If I do have some time, I also have My Best Friend's Exorcism, which will be really cool to get to, by Grady Hendrix, because on the back it literally says, this book packs all the magic of a summer horror flick. So I feel like this would be perfect for this. So yeah, I would fancy this. It's also got orange and black on the cover, and it's also a horror and I believe paranormal. It says on the back pounding supernatural thriller, so it could still work, I think, for that. So yeah, this could work as well, so this is a possibility, but I do want to try and keep going with my sci-fi kick if possible.
You sit on a throne of lies.
But if I feel like I want to pick that one up instead, then I will do. But yeah, generally that's my general TBR. We'll see how much of that I get through, but my main aims are Project Hail Mary and The Luminous Dead, I think, so they will be my main goals. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on reading for Summerween. I know that's a twist, it's Summerween with a sci-fi twist, but I'm here for it. I'm really excited. I love Halloween. It's one of my favourite holidays of the year, along with Christmas being the most favourite, but Halloween is definitely close second, and autumn is also my second favourite season of the year, winter being my first because I am a winter baby. But yeah, love any opportunity to pick up. I mean, I know you can pick up like horror or, you know, Halloween-esque type books any time of the year, but I like to pick them up themed. So this is a perfect opportunity, so I'm very, very excited, and I will do a reading vlog obviously for this week and keep you posted on how I'm getting on, but I will check back in with you when I've got an update for you.
Tell me that it's my fault that it's over. Wish I played it different, I didn't know. All the times that you called me to be closer. Wish I paid attention, I should have known. You're probably with your friends, dancing on tabletops. Hands in his hair already, saying that you forgot.
Okay, I'm actually going to charge real quick, but I'm hoping it'll last me. Just to give you a quick update, it's currently 5 to midnight on Monday. I keep thinking it's Tuesday, I've got to stop doing that. On Monday. My brain is still knackered from being at Jade's Sunday to Wednesday last week, and I thought the whole time I was there it was the weekend, so I'm still, I don't know, my brain's knackered. I thought it was Tuesday all day. So I've come to give you a reading update, but I have finished My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. This is my second Grady Hendrix book. I read Horror Store during Halloween last year, and I liked it, but it freaked me the fuck out. I think I gave it 3 stars if I remember correctly, or 4. It might have been a low 4, I can't remember, but it was around that. It was either a high 3 or a low 4 star. And I thought it was good. This one has ended up being a 3. I think it's a really high 3 star when I've put it through Corpile. I liked it. It was good. I didn't love it. It's not a new favourite. I am not a fan of horror, so my horror ratings are very rarely. I've given a couple of Stephen King books like 4 stars. He's never gotten a 5 star from me. I don't think a horror book has ever gotten a 5 star from me, and I don't think it will, on the basis that I will never enjoy a horror book. Well, just like I never enjoy horror movies as a general thing. I mean, I like Halloween, and I don't know if you classify 28 Days Later as horror. I classify that as like dystopian, and I like dystopian. I love dystopian. But horror is not a genre I particularly like. It's very rare that I will reach out and watch a horror movie. It's very rare that I will reach out and read a horror book. So it's never something I'm gonna love, never, because I don't like it. As a general gist, I am a scaredy cat. I live on my own. I do not like it. So yeah, but I enjoyed this. It was good. I just didn't love it. so it got like a high 3. It would be like a 3.5 if I did 0.5 ratings. It got a high 3. So yeah, I gave it 3 stars. The general gist of this is that we're following Abby and Gretchen, who are 2 best friends. Abby, they become friends when they're younger. Basically, Abby has a party that nobody turns up to apart from Gretchen, and they become best friends from then on. We follow them then very rapidly through several years of growing up until they're around about the 15, 16 age mark. In which something then happens to Gretchen one night when they're out with their friends Margaret and Glee. And they were out one night, Gretchen goes missing for the whole night, and then they eventually find her, and then she starts acting really, really strange for a couple of weeks afterwards, and then it starts getting worse and worse and worse. And Abby's pretty convinced that Gretchen is possessed. So she tries to find some help. The story just kind of goes from there. The thing that I actually loved the most about this book was the 80s pop culture references. I really enjoyed that element of things. Things really took a very, very dark turn in probably the last quarter of this book. I did feel a little bit sick a couple of times. I've actually just watched, strangely enough, I've just spent the last 45 minutes watching Gabby's latest reading vlog for Summerween, her first reading vlog, and I thought it would be a good way to kind of calm myself down, because I do get scared very easily, and I am a wuss, and I am terrified now because I've just finished reading this. But she was basically going on about the fact, because she read Horror Store on the first day of Summerween, and I read that last year, and she was going on about the fact that Grady Hendrix is very, very good at not necessarily being terrifying in his books, because they're not. I am just a wuss. But very, very good at getting your gag reflex going, at you being like, oh my god, that's disgusting, like I could literally vomit on the floor right now, that was gross. And she's right, she's really, really right. Like the way he describes things, he's very descriptive in his writing style. There is a little bit, I would say, of just very slightly body horror in here. Also be careful, there is some animal abuse, like severe manipulation of friends in here, and also there is an incident with a dead baby in here as well. I don't want to go into any more detail than that, but just be wary of that. It's literally very, very brief towards the end of the book, but just be wary of those going in. But obviously demonic possession, so huge manipulation right through the book. But yeah, overall I enjoyed it. It is one of those where there were several times where I just read, oh my god, that's vile. I was so close to the end. I was literally like 30 pages from the end, and I was like, I am considering DNF in this book. This is disgusting. Very, very similar thing happened to me with Horror Store as well. But yeah, 3 stars. I'm glad I picked it up though, because I really wanted to do like a Grady Hendrix reading vlog last year for Halloween, and I didn't end up doing it because I read Horror Store and then that was enough for me. I didn't want to read any more from him in that moment. So I'm glad I've managed to pick this up. I do have the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, is that what it's fucking called? This one, on my shelves upstairs, and I'm aware that he's just come out with another one called The Final Girls. That's not right, that's Riley Sager, I think. The Final Girls support group, I'll show a picture of it here, I can't remember what it's called. It's a combination of that. There's a support group, so I'm aware of that one as well, because the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires came out last year, I think. So yeah, I don't know whether I'll get to the support group one, but I would like to read the vampire one, possibly. I don't know, I just feel like his writing's very fucked up and it messes with my head. So I'm not sure. I'm not reading it in this vlog anyway. But yeah, so overall enjoyed this one. It was good. I haven't gotten any further into Project Hail Mary than what I mentioned to you this morning, which was page 198. So I will be picking this one up tomorrow, but I am at work tomorrow and it's my dad's birthday, so I'll be at theirs till later on tomorrow evening. So I don't know at what point I'm going to get the chance to pick this one up. I have got the audiobook, so I'm thinking that I might, because my brother's not in tomorrow, so I'll be pretty much sat on my own at my desk tomorrow, so I might stick my headphones in and listen to the audiobook, but I may take this with me as well to have it open on my desk at the same time. My dad's like pretty chill with that stuff. If so long as I'm doing my work, he's not bothered. But just because it is very heavy on the sci-fi, I may just take the book with me to have open. If I had it on Kindle, I would just take my Kindle, but I don't. So that's the plan with that, because I do want to finish that pretty rapidly. The football's on Wednesday, and then Thursday is the last day of the reading of the readathon. And I do really want to pick up The Luminous Dead. I want to at least start it and get like halfway through, even if I don't finish it. But I don't want to pick that up now because I'm still a bit reeling from this. So I'm actually going to pick up a really random book that I actually don't know what this would count for at all as far as the prompts are concerned. The one prompt that it will complete actually is reading it in the dark. So I'm going to go up to bed and actually try and get through like maybe 50 pages or something of this. But it's Jay's Gay Agenda by Jason June. I am on the tour for this one on the 12th, I think that's Monday. So I have to do a review for this on Instagram on the 12th. So I want to try and get through this. I was going to leave it till the weekend, but I actually feel like now would be as good a time as any to try and get through this. And I can just read like chunks of this in the evenings as the week is going on. And this will actually probably be a really nice calm down, especially from when I start The Luminous Dead. I believe that is terrifying. So I feel like this will be really nice to kind of switch off from that and then jump into this like before bed. So I'm going to do that, and this can count for the book that I'm going to read in the dark. So far so good though. I mean, 2 books down in the month. One of them was not that one that I was expected to pick up at all. Obviously I've picked it up on a whim because I decided to do Summerween on a whim. So but I'm happy, I'm doing all right. Again, I'm like not quite halfway through another book, which I am still hoping to finish before Summerween finishes. That would be awesome because I've got an entirely different vlog I want to start on Friday. So but yeah, I'm gonna go and pick this up in bed now, and I will chat to you tomorrow at some point, I've no doubt. So yeah, see you in a bit.
The next day.
Hello, it's 26 minutes past 7 and I've just got back from my parents, aka work. It was my dad's birthday today, so I've been at work today, and then we've just had a buffet and some cake for my dad's birthday, so that was nice. So reading update, last night I did start Jay's Gay Agenda, which I'll show a picture of here. I was reading this as the book that I'm reading in the dark, essentially, because I needed something to calm me down after finishing my best friend's exorcism last night. So I started reading that last night, and I think I got to around page 53 of that. It's going really good, really fast paced. One of the only things I will say about it that bothers me a little bit is the amount of acronyms used. It really bugs me, on the basis that I'm not fully down with the kids and I don't know what all these acronyms mean. So it's pulling me out of the story a little bit, and I'm having to Google some of them, and some of them I have no idea what they mean still. So that's bugging me a little bit, but other than that, it's going really well and I'm really enjoying it so far, enjoying the characters, enjoying Jay. His parents seem really cool as well. So yeah, looking forward to continuing on with that, just hoping that there aren't too many more acronyms because it's annoying. And then obviously Project Hail Mary, which is my other book that I've been reading by Andy Weir. I was on page 198 this morning, and I listened to it on the way to work. I listened to it a little bit on when I finished work, and then I've listened to it on my way home. So I'm now on page 282. So I have just under 200 pages of this left, and I am hoping I might be able to finish it tonight. We'll see, because obviously football's on tomorrow, so I'm not going to get much reading done tomorrow, so I would really like to finish this tonight. I'm enjoying this so far. It's really good. There's not much I can say without spoiling it, but yeah, I'm having a good time with it. It's very interesting. I don't know why it's dragging though. I feel like it's dragging, and maybe it's not, maybe it's just me, but I feel like it's taking a long time for me to get through this. Maybe it's just because it took me like 24 hours to get through The Martian, and maybe it's because there's a million other books I want to pick up as well, but we'll see. I just got approved on NetGalley for The Whispering Door by TJ Klune, and Under the Whispering Door even by TJ Klune, and I really want to pick that up immediately, so I'm gonna have to wait. But yeah, my throat's really killing. I don't know I think I've got a cold coming on. So I'm gonna go and get some reading done, but I will check back in with you guys when I've got an update for you. Okay, good morning. It's almost 12 p.m. It is Thursday, and my apologies for not updating you sooner. I didn't update yesterday. I have been working quite a bit recently the last couple of days, and it's been a busy couple of days. The football was on yesterday, so I didn't come home till late. And yeah, I've had quite a bit going on. So today is the last day of Summerween, so I want to go through with you what I'm planning on reading today, and then yeah, that'll be it. We'll be wrapping this up. I'm a little bit sad. I kind of wish this was a month long because I'm really getting into the swing of Summerween. I kind of want it to be Halloween now.
This is Halloween, this is Halloween, pumpkins scream in the dead of night.
Don't come for me. I love Halloween. It's my second favourite holiday of the year. Christmas is my first. I am definitely a winter baby through and through, but autumn is my second favourite season of the year. So let's go through what I want to read for the rest of the day. The first thing I want to finish is Project Hail Mary. I have about 2 hours of the audio left of this. I am on page 338, so I would like to finish this today. I am enjoying this, but I do feel like it's dragging a little bit, and I don't know if that's me or the book. I've like really taken my time with this one, and I'm not sure whether it's me or the book. I think considering it only took me like 24 hours to get through The Martian, the issue is obviously I haven't read this before, whereas I've read The Martian before, and I can kind of glaze over the math a little bit in The Martian, whereas this is all new to me, and it is quite math heavy, but it's explained. So he goes through it all and then dumbs it down for the people that don't understand what he's saying, which would probably be a decent proportion of us, because we are not scientists. So yeah, but overall I am enjoying this. I was explaining to Jade the other day what this is about, and there is a thing in here that I can't tell you guys about because it's a spoiler, but I was telling Jade about it because I know she won't read it the other day. I did double check with her. She won't read it, and I was telling her about it the other day, and it kind of amped me up again to want to pick it up. So I'm really excited to continue on with this one. So I want to finish this today if it's all possible. It is possible. I don't know why I'm saying that. I want to finish this today. We're going to finish this today. And then I also brought down The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is a Disney animated version. Essentially it's just like a book version of the movie, so maybe I want to read that. I'm not sure, we'll see. I do love The Nightmare Before Christmas. I really enjoyed it. The first time I ever watched that movie, I was not a fan. I wasn't a huge fan, and then the second time I watched it, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I think I want to read this one. And then I also brought down Small Spaces by Catherine Arden, which is a middle grade horror. It's not very long, it's like just over 200 pages. So it's got 216 pages. It's not that long, but I don't fare well with horror in general, and also this has scarecrows in it, which is one of the things I am terrified of. I'm terrified of clowns. I'm not a huge fan of scarecrows. So Jade said that I will probably find this pretty terrifying. So I do want to read this in the day, and then I might pick this up this evening just to calm me down a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, I think that's going to be my plan, is to read these three possibly. We'll see how I'm getting on with Project Hail Mary, because it's already 12 o'clock, it's already midday. So we'll see what time it is when I finish that, because I do need to get something to eat as well. And then I'll probably pick up Small Spaces. So I will keep you posted, let you know how I'm getting on. But yeah, I think that's what my plan is going to be for the rest of the day. I'm really excited. So yeah, I will check back in with you when I've got an update for you.
Wayward is my fickle heart. Where would I be if it weren't for your grace, your strength? Faithful is your mighty hand, drawing me close with your tender kindness, your mercy that saves. Abba, Father, I need you more of your strength, less of my own. Holy Spirit, teach my heart to walk in your power, not my own.
Hello. Okay, it's a bit later on in the day. It is now 5:15. I really need to go and make some food, so we're going to do that in a second. I just finished, well not just, about 20 minutes ago, I finished Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. I gave this 4 stars. This was really good, quite creepy, very atmospheric. We're following a young girl called Olivia, she goes by Ollie, and her mother had passed a few years previous, I think, and we're also following a couple of her friends, Coco and Brian, and now these kids end up out on a school trip, where they end up going to a farm, and surrounding the farm there are lots and lots of scarecrows. Unfortunately, this trip ends up going horribly wrong. The bus breaks down on the way home, and the rest of the school end up being kidnapped. The rest of the class end up being kidnapped, and Ollie, Coco and Brian need to try and save their classmates. It's really good, very, very atmospheric. These scarecrows are a little terrifying, but I listened to the audiobook. It was really, really good, and I do recommend. I gave this one 4 stars. It was good. And then oh, I've also added Dead Voices to my wish list now, so I can get the next one for Halloween, which is nice. And then I read Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is an animated classic book and essentially just follows the movie pretty much. I showed you a clip of this, but it essentially just follows the movie and brings the movie edition of the story right down into a very short illustrated book, and I really enjoyed this one as well. I gave it 4 stars. I enjoy this story because it brings my 2 favorite holidays together, Christmas and Halloween, so I do really enjoy this story, and yeah, really like this one. So again, another 4-star book. So I've managed to read 2 4-star books today, which is awesome. So overall now I have managed to finish 3 books for Summerween, which ironically enough I wanted to make this sci-fi, and it's ended up being pretty on brand for Halloweenish, so that's going well. So my aim for the rest of the evening now is to finish Project Hail Mary. I will be doing Patreon sprints. They are a focus party essentially. G has set up a focus party with Cody this afternoon, and Ashley was planning on doing some sprints with myself, Jade and Becca tonight anyway. So we've come together, and myself, G, Cody, Ashley, Becca, Jade and Gavin are now going to be doing a focus party this evening for a few hours with our Patreons. So I'm really excited, and hopefully this means I can finish this off. So I now need to go make some food, and I may listen to some of this while I'm doing that, just to try and push myself on with this. I do have 2 hours of the audio left, which I will get finished tonight anyway in sprints, but so long as if I can push myself along, I can end this reading vlog reasonable time tonight and then start my next reading vlog. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I will check back in with you when I've got an update for you. At this point it will probably be my wrap up, so I shall see you then.
I don't wanna let you down. It's the only thing I think about every morning. You know my life ain't figured out, but I promise if you stick around it'll never get boring. We'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flats even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lose you now. Will you stay even when you wanna walk away? When times get bad, we can learn to love what we have. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna mess around. You're the only one I want there at the end of my story. It's the only thing I figured out, 'cause everything else in my life without you would be boring. And we'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flats even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lose you now, I don't wanna let you down,
It's currently 1:15 in the morning, and I'm wrapping this reading vlog up for Summerween. So I managed to complete 4 books, which I'm really happy about. These are the 4. So yeah, really happy about what I managed to complete. So very quickly let's go through them because my battery's dying naturally. It is 1:15. I finished my book way before midnight. I've just been editing this vlog up until now. So the first book that I managed to finish was My Best Friend's Exorcism, which I gave 3 stars. I then completed Small Spaces by Catherine Arden, which I gave 4 stars. I then read The Nightmare Before Christmas by Animated Classics Disney, which I gave 4 stars, really enjoyed. And the final one was Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, and this got a really high 4 star. It was very close to a 5. I mean, if I did half stars, it would be a 4.5. I really enjoyed this. It did not end the way I thought it was going to, and as we got further towards the end, I don't know if you can see this, but there are 2 tabs there. There was like a really cute moment during the book. I can't say too much because it will spoil it, but I just really enjoyed this. Sorry, I have moved, the battery died. So this is following Rylan Grace, who is a scientist. Essentially he teaches kids at school, and he finds himself, we start off following him waking up from a coma and wondering who he is, what he's doing, where he is, why he's there. He's got no idea, no memory whatsoever, other than he seems to remember science stuff. So slowly but surely we follow him on this journey of remembering who he is, what he is, why he's where he is.
What? When, where, and why?
And all of this stuff. So this is kind of told in 2 different timelines, but it's done in such a way that you might switch at the drop of a paragraph. But it's you're very aware of the fact that you've changed timeline. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It turns out that he's on this ship, and he's on like a world-saving mission, and he is the sole survivor on said ship. His passengers, his crew, not passengers, his crew are dead, and he is the sole survivor. Or is he? So we continue on with this story. It's really good. I had a great time with this. Andy Weir's humour definitely comes through in this.
I'm gonna have to science the shit out of this.
More so towards the end of the book than in most of the book, but I just really enjoyed this. I enjoyed where the story went. I know I said a couple of times that I feel like it's dragging, but maybe that was me dragging my own feet with it, so I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. So it was a high 4 stars. Really liked it. Highly recommend. It was a very good pick. So I'm glad that I completed these. The prompts were to read a book in the dark, which I did start Jay's Gay Agenda in the dark, and then I finished this off this evening while it was dark outside. So I mean, I'm gonna say I count that I read a book during the dark, during the night. Another prompt was to read a horror. So either of these will count for that, to read a horror, more so this one, but either of them will count. One was to read a book that's got black and or orange on the cover. All of these have black and or orange on the cover. And read a paranormal book. Yeah, read a paranormal book. So both of these would count, I assume, for paranormal book. This does say supernatural on the back, but similar thing, right? So I would say I have completed Summerween. I'm really happy actually with what I managed to read, and also I can't believe how much actual Halloween-y type books I managed to read. I obviously really wanted to pick up Luminous Dead, and I'm gutted that I didn't, but it is what it is. I will get to it at some point, I've no doubt. So yeah, overall though, pretty happy with what I managed to complete for this readathon. So yeah, I would say it was a success. 4 books. I know one of them's really small, but still, considering it was a last minute decision as well, not mad. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this reading vlog. I hope you have enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments down below if you took part in Summerween. What did you read? And if you got to the end of this reading vlog, leave a pumpkin in the comments if you don't want to leave anything else. I'm definitely on a little bit of a Halloween kick now. I kind of want to get my Halloween decorations out. I was taking Halloween photos today for Instagram, so I'm a little bit early, but are we going to be mad about that? I don't think so. So I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.